STIHL Timbersports Canada is brought to you by Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. Johnsonville. Discover the taste of Johnsonville. John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. And by Motomix, official premixed fuel of STIHL Timbersports, available at your local STIHL dealer. Welcome to the 2019 STIHL Timbersports Women's Canadian Championship. Before the action starts, let's meet our athletes.
My name's Anita Jazowski. I'm from Nanaimo, BC, and I was the winner of last year's STIHL Championship, so I automatically qualified for this year's championship. Winning the championship last year, I had 3 solid events, which was my goal going into the day. I think I was 3rd in the underhand, 2nd in the single, and I won the stock saw. So having consistency across your events is critical. If you absolutely blow an event here, you're out of the race. Walking in here with the title and walking away with the title would pretty much be the bomb, I think. We'll see how it goes. 3 good events today could take me there.
Hi, I'm Danielle Koch. I'm from Sexsmith, Alberta. I won the Women's Western Qualifier this year to get my place in championships. Competing in 3 events can be tricky because of the point system. The math alone can get you. If you disqualify in even one event, that really can put you out. So when you're up on stage competing head-to-head, it's really important to just stay in your own space and concentrate on what you're doing. If you start listening to what's going on, it can slow you down. It can really play mental games. So I try to block that out as much as I can and just do what I need to do to finish the event.
I'm Alison Briscoe. I'm from Port McNeill, BC, and to get here today I went through the Western Qualifier in Port McNeill, BC. Competing at the STIHL Timbersports Series is a lot different than competing at other competitions back home. You're up on a stage with a bigger crowd and TV cameras all around you, so having that experience at the STIHL Timbersports Series makes a big difference. Last year at Mississauga Beach, I placed 3rd overall for the women's division. Didn't have an outstanding time in single buck or the chop, so that had quite a big impact on my overall placing, but trained more this year, and so hopefully I'll improve on that.
My name is Stephanie No. I'm from Brigham, Quebec. I started in timber sports when I joined McGill University. I was on the university team for 5 years, and then I've been coaching for the past 3 years. The 3 events today are the underhand chop, the stock saw, and the single buck. I just want to try to do as best as I can. I sure hope it's going to go well, but you never know what's going to happen up there.
Hi, I'm Brittany McLean. I'm from Wheatley River, Prince Edward Island. I got here through the Eastern Qualifier, and this is my first time doing the STIHL Timbersports Series. For my strengths is the underhand chop and the stock saw. I've been practicing those a lot. I have my own equipment at home. I can do those on a regular basis. I think my weakest event would probably be the single buck. I don't have my own, so I don't get to do that one as much, so still kind of learning. In a perfect world, I just want a consistent 3 events. I want to just put in a good cut, not DQ, not hang up in the single buck, and just have a nice pace in my underhand and consistent and accurate.
My name's Jessie Swimer. I'm from Windsor, Nova Scotia, and I qualified at the Eastern Qualifiers. I really like the outdoorsy aspect of the Timber Sports Series. Growing up, I was never into typical sports. I was very involved in 4-H as a kid, and we had a little woodsman competition within that, so eventually I went to the Dalhousie Agriculture University and got involved in the varsity woodsman team there, and that led me to the Pro Series. Somebody told me once that some people compete until they get it right, but champions compete until they can't get it wrong. So if I go out there on the stage and I get an event wrong, then clearly I wasn't meant to be a champion today. And that just means I need to train more for the next year.
For our first heat of the day of the Big Green Egg underhand chop. Coming up on stand number 1, it's Brittany McLean. And right next to her on stand number 2, coming up to the stage, it's Jessie Swinemer.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2,
1, go!
And it is Brittany McLean first to the wood. Jessie Swinemer right there with her. She's keeping her pace. Big swings from Jessie Swinemer. Brittany McLean is turning. She's feeling confident about that first open side. Jessie Swinemer keeping control of that axe. She's got that axe on a leash, but she's making that transition. A bit of a wobble, but she's onto that other side. Brittany McLean still going. She has still maintained her speed. This is an exhausting event. These athletes are feeling the burn, but they're starting to drive it off. Brittany McLean looking real good. She's done. Jessie Swinemer still going. She's taking really big swings now. She's feeling it almost start to get one more big swing, and she's got it.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic news. Brittany McLean, her first time on the STIHL Timbersports stage, and she has not disappointed with an unofficial time of 1.05 seconds.
All right, here with Brittany McLean. Pretty good start to the competition. Nice underhand.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm really happy with that.
Good looking block, too. It seemed like your axe was moving the wood.
Yeah, it really was. My accuracy could have got a little better, but other than that, the block was really good.
All right, great job, and we'll see you in the next event.
Thank you.
And we are ready for our next heat of the day. Coming up on stand number 1, representing the West Coast, it's Allison Briscoe. And up on stand number 2, we have Danielle Koch. And we see our athletes are sharing in this heat. That is wonderful to see. Got to lubricate that axe so that it doesn't stick.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Our second heat of the day going right away. Look at the big swings on Allison Briscoe. She is not wasting any time, but Danielle Koch is bringing the speed. They are working away on that front side, but Danielle Koch feeling comfortable about that first side. She's moving on. Look how she reaches down to make sure those chips get out of that block. Allison Briscoe moving to that other side. She is using every part of her body, using her core, bearing down on that axe. Danielle Koch almost done. One more hit, there it is. Keep it going for Allison Briscoe. She's making an excellent time. It's almost done. There it is.
Both cuts are good.
There you have it, folks. The second heat of the Big Green Egg underhand chop is done. Unofficial time for Danielle Koch, 48 seconds. We have only one more heat still to go, and that one is going to be a fast one. All right, we are ready for our last heat of the Big Green Egg underhand chop. Coming up on stand number 1, she holds the Canadian record in this event with 32.50 seconds. Coming up to the stage, it's Stephanie No! And right behind her on stand number 2, your reigning Canadian champion, Anita Zhizowski.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And we have a strong start for both of our athletes, Stephanie No, Anita Zhizowski. Stephanie No making some very technical hits there. That front side is opening up really nicely for her, but Anita Zhizowski is not letting her get too far ahead. She is looking very strong. She is snapping back on those knees. Stephanie No first to change onto that other side. Anita Zhizowski still working away. She's not convinced for that front side, but she is moving now. Smooth transition. Here we go, folks. Both of your athletes. It is Stephanie No with unofficial time of 47.51. Anita Zhizowski. There she does it.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic news. Last heat of the underhand chop is over. Let's have one more big hand for your athletes. Every single one of them bringing in a great time today.
All right, Stephanie just took down the underhand. Great way to start the competition. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good. I got the first one out of the way. I was pretty happy with it. Got my hits right. Just could have probably picked up a little speed, but I went with safe rather than speed.
Oh, it's a great cut. You put in a deep front and took it off quick in the back. Nice job.
Don't go anywhere. More chopping and saw action coming your way. Welcome back to the 2019 STIHL Timbersports Women's Canadian Championship.
All right, we're ready for our first heat of the City of Mississauga Stock Saw. Coming up on stand number 1, it's Brittany McLean. And representing Windsor, Nova Scotia on stand number 2, please make some noise for Jessie Swinemer.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And a fantastic first cut for Brittany McLean. She knows what she needs to do, and she's done. Holy smokes. Judges taking a look at their block, making sure they did not cut over that 4-inch line. And we have a yellow flag on stand number 1.
To the video review on stand number 1.
All right, guys, possible jumped gun on stand 1, Brittany McLean. However, if she doesn't jump that gun, and that's a clean cut, we've got a new national record. Let's see what happens.
This is definitely a part of the competition where the athlete starts to sweat. That was an excellent time.
After video review, we have a good cut at stand number 1 and a good cut at stand number 2.
There you have it, folks. Unbelievable way to make them sweat. Brittany McLean walking away with an excellent cut and definitely a potential new national record. She is a magician on that stock saw.
Brittany McLean, new national record in the stock saw. How's that feel?
I'm ecstatic. I didn't expect it, and it's just fantastic.
Oh, it was a wicked cut. The video review, a little bit of drama there, but you got it. You got to be happy with that.
Oh yeah, I was definitely biting my nails, but when you said it was a good cut, it was a relief.
Fantastic job. You're off to a great start. One event to go. Keep it going.
Thank you.
And we're ready for our next heat. Coming up on stand number 1, Allison Briscoe. Coming up on stand number 2, your only athlete representing Alberta, it's Danielle Koch.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And we have a synchronized start for both of our athletes, but it is Danielle Koch first on this exchange. Allison Briscoe having a little bit of trouble getting back into her wood, but she's through.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic news for both our athletes.
All right, here with Danielle, smoking fast cut. That was a heat earlier. That was a national record. That's how good that cut was. Great job.
It went well, it was safe, and I did the job. I think I could have cut faster. I wasn't to the wood as fast as I would have liked to have been. I had a slight hesitation and about 0.1 second of a bog just at the bottom, but I had a real quick changeover, and I worked that upcut hard as I could.
That looked fantastic. Great job. That's going to be smoking points for sure.
Coming up on stand number 1 for the stock saw, give it up for Stephanie No! And on stand number 2, she is your previous record holder in this event. Please put your hands together for Anita Jazowski.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it is Anita first to the wood. Stephanie No right there with her. Smooth transition for Anita.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic news. Great times for both of your athletes. Anita Jazowski with an unofficial time of 11.53.
With another event complete, stay with us as we have more final round coverage coming up.
Old World charm blends with big city vibes in Canada's 6th largest city, Mississauga. Colossal street parties, traditional festivals galore, and epic shopping await you in Mississauga, Toronto's bustling neighbor. Tucked on the shores of beautiful Lake Ontario, Mississauga is home to Toronto Pearson International Airport and some of the best views of Lake Ontario. This not-so-little city of villages is just 30 minutes west of downtown Toronto by train and less than 90 minutes east of Niagara Falls by car. Attracting visitors looking for lakefront views, decadent dining, shopaholic experiences to brag about, and leisurely strolls, Mississauga offers something for everyone. Mississauga has a number of distinct neighborhoods for you to explore. Stroll through historic Streetsville Village for a Main Street experience. Known as the Village in the City, you can relax in a tea room and browse charming boutiques. Wander Streetsville Village Square on Main Street, or eat your way through the Streetsville Founders Bread and Honey Festival, or discover the lakefront village of Port Credit. This pedestrian-friendly enclave has restaurants, boutiques, a scenic boardwalk, and events galore. The annual Mississauga Waterfront Festival draws more than 70,000 people and in September groove through the Tim Hortons South Side Shuffle Blues and Jazz Festival. Bustling with urban flair, Mississauga's downtown is a cluster of key destinations. The postmodern Mississauga Civic Center, the Living Arts Center, Celebration Square, home to more than 150 free festivals, an art gallery, and the massive Square One shopping center, all within sight of Absolute World, the eye-catching condos nicknamed the Marilyn Monroe Towers for their curvy forms. Connect with and explore lively neighborhoods. Discover Mississauga.ca.
With the stage set for our last event, let's check in with our scoreboard to see how our athletes are stacking up.
We are ready for the Johnsonville Sausages single buck on stand number 1. Looking to maybe break another Canadian record, it's Brittany McLean. Coming up on stand number 2, she's feeling good about this next event. It's Jessie Swinemer.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
We have a nice start for Jessie Swinemer. Brittany McLean getting a little bit caught up, but she's finding her rhythm. It is extremely tiring, but she is a pro at this. Jessie Swinemer about halfway through her block. She's starting to get into the last portion of it. She's close. Here we go, Brittany McLean. She's starting to really power through to that end. Nicely done.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic news for our athletes. Coming up on stand number 1, all the way from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, it's Allison Briscoe. And on stand number 2, she is your 2014 Canadian champion. It's Danielle Koch.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it is an amazing start for Danielle Koch. She's using every inch of that saw. Allison Briscoe not wasting any time. She's pulling quite the saw, but she's using every part of her body. Danielle Koch, she's getting down to it, but it's Allison Briscoe finishing it off first. Danielle Koch with an excellent unofficial time of 21.10 seconds.
Both cuts are good.
You aren't kidding about that. That was an amazing heat for both of our athletes. Allison Briscoe bringing it in with an unofficial time of 18.11 seconds. That is unreal. You saw it takes quite a lot of power in not a lot of time.
Not too bad a cut there. It took the new time to beat into the final heat. How'd you feel about the cut overall?
Overall, it wasn't bad. I had quite a gnarly hang up right off the top, which cost me a little bit of time, but Saw seemed to love it once I got into it.
Yeah, you got into it great, put in a nice smooth cut.
One more heat still to go. It is our last one of the day for our Canadian pro women. Coming up on stand number 1, it's Stephanie No. And on stand number 2, your reigning Canadian champion, hoping to keep that title. Give it up for Anita Jazowski.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's a nice, strong start for Stephanie No. Into that single buck, she's using every inch of it. Anita Jazowski getting a bit caught up, but she is finding her rhythm. There it is. Stephanie No almost done. Anita Jazowski getting through that midsection of her wood. She's got to keep powering through. This is the hardest part of it. She's getting down to the end of it. She's got to keep powering. There it is.
Both cuts are good.
Fantastic. Last heat of the entire competition. Stephanie No bringing in a great time of, unofficial time of 18.35. Anita Jazowski bringing in a time of 34.18. We need to bring up your pro women athletes. Let's bring them up. Please give it up for her first time on the STIHL Timbersports stage, Brittany McLean. Coming up to the stage, we have Danielle Koch. There you have it, folks. You have your third place, you have your second place. It's about time we name our 2019 STIHL Timbersports Pro Women's Champion. Please put your hands together for your Canadian champion, Stephanie No!
I'm really happy. It's been a tough race though. A lot of really good competitors here. I had them really close behind me, but I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy.
The women's division is getting tougher and tougher every year, but you came out and you were strong start to finish. Congratulations, Stephanie. Awesome stuff.
Thank you very much.
What an incredible Women's Canadian Championship we had this year. Stephanie No takes it, her first title, an amazing event. Congratulations to Stephanie.